Alright, so Apple unveiled probably what caught everyone by surprise, the iPad mini 6 at their iPhone 13 event, and it's probably one of the most awaited refreshes in a while, starting with the redesign. So it carries over the iPad Pros and the iPad Air 4's aesthetic, and then of course shrinking it down to the smaller form factor. Now it's really nice to see Apple finally, after a few years, kind of be done with this old design and kind of give us this more cleaner overall aesthetic. And with this redesign, the iPad mini's display goes from a mere 7.9 inches to 8.3, so you're getting more screen and less body, as the overall frame of the iPad also shrinks, which means that due to the smaller frame and Apple Pencil 2 support, which I'm really excited about, means that the volume keys are now located at the top of the iPad as opposed to on the side. There's also some new colors this time around, with the Starlight colorway actually piquing my interest the most, but if that's not your cup of tea, then you can always choose from space gray, pink, or purple. Now, Apple really threw in a mix of features this time around with the mini, coming from both the iPad Pro and the iPad Air 4. First one being Touch ID, which personally I find to be a much better alternative to Face ID. I've been using it on the iPad Air 4 and it's been more than reliable, to say the least. There's also Center Stage, and what I'm sure most of you are excited for, USB-C support, which should not only help with faster transfer speeds, but it also opens the door to do much more, having the ability to connect to external displays, hubs, storage system, just opens the door to do much more, which again is all new to this form factor, to the iPad mini. Now, one of the bigger upgrades to the mini is its display, and besides its edge-to-edge design, it does feature a P3 wide color gamut and can reach up to 500 nits at peak brightness. It is an IPS display and the aspect ratio does change, but it should make it to where viewing movies and such should be much more enjoyable. Now, on top of that, there is now landscape stereo speakers, and again, it's all nice to really see all this coming to the iPad mini as well. Under the hood, Apple supplied the mini with what people speculate is an underclocked version of the A15 Bionic. But regardless of that, the chipset should perform better than last year's A14 found on the iPad Air 4. In a sense, the iPad mini 6 should zoom through any task. And I say that due to how seamless the A14 Bionic has been on the iPad Air 4. But again, we'll have to wait and see how well it performs once it's out to the public. As for storage, options range from 64 to 256 gigabytes, and then there's a couple of variations of the iPad mini 6. There's a Wi-Fi only model, and then there's a Wi-Fi plus cellular model, which is capable of 5G, but it's sub 6 5G. We also get Wi-Fi 6 here, but then depending on whatever model it is that you end up getting, you either have a starting price of $499 USD or an upwards of $79 USD. Cameras also see some pretty big improvements here, with the front-facing camera boasting a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera at an f2.4, which should help with that center stage feature. And then the single rear camera is a 12 megapixel sitting at f1.8 with a quad LED True Tone flash, which is capable of shooting 4K at 60 FPS. Overall, some pretty decent upgrades to the iPad mini 6. And in a sense, it really just is a shrunken down version of the iPad Air 4 with some features that are also coming from the iPad Pro. You are also just getting all the multitasking capabilities, but with the handicap of a smaller display. I'm honestly really excited to try out the iPad mini 6, kind of see how well it performs just in the day-to-day. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you are excited and want more iPad mini 6 content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will be reviewing the iPhone 13 Pro Max as well, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.